Hey guys, Dan Heilman back with another video. Today we're going to be doing a tier list on the American crypto exchanges. So basically all the crypto exchanges that I have used that I know are legal in America, we're going to go through and I'm just going to rate them. I'm going to talk about them based on my own personal experience. Now, of course, this is my opinion. Like every other tier list on earth, it is my opinion. So this is, I'll talk about if I've had any issues with the exchange and stuff like that. So that's what today's video is going to be on. Let's go. So very first thing, let's start with Coinbase, probably the most known. I'm going to drop this one right in the middle as B tier, and I'll talk about why. So first of all, the fees on Coinbase are somewhat high when it comes to buying and selling. Now, if you do buy and sell a lot, often if you're doing like spot trading and stuff like that, those fees do come down, but you need a lot of volume for those fees to come down. The exchange is very secure. Sometimes it's almost too secure. I've had my account locked twice, and they do lock your account for a decent amount of time. So I think they have some sort of AI algorithm that says, oh, you just sold a bunch of crypto and moved it off the exchange. That's not normal. We're going to lock your account. And then I usually have my account locked for 1 to 2 months. This has happened to me twice. One was because I encountered a bug and then they thought I was trying to do something nasty, so they locked my account. And then another time just recently, I actually just got it unlocked yesterday. It's been locked for about 2 months because I pulled a bunch of crypto off the exchange and moved to a different exchange because I wanted to try it out. So good and bad. They're very secure. They have a lot of different things like this tax service where you can pay a little bit and you get reduced fees, and you can basically have like a tax service that's quite nice. So there is some really good things. I'm just going to put it B tier just because of there's no leverage trading. It's actually kind of coming. So they're opening it up in America, but there's not leverage trading. They don't have perpetual leverage trading on there, but it seems like it is getting close to being added in America. So those are the cons: is locking your account, high fees. Pros are, it's a very stable platform. It's been around for a very long time. They have all the different little things like, oh, I want to, I don't know, buy the same thing every week or every month. So there's good and bad. I'm going to put a middle of the road B tier. Kraken, I'm actually going to put a little bit above Coinbase for a couple of reasons. Now, they have a little bit of different, maybe not as much functionality. They do have some different cryptocurrencies on Kraken versus Coinbase. Another thing to note is I think most crypto traders want to use multiple exchanges because it kind of lowers your risk, right? If you just keep all of your money on one exchange, if something happens to that exchange, all your money's gone. So, and if you want to buy certain cryptos, right, certain types of coins, you may not be able to get them all in the same. The ones I use the most are Coinbase, Kraken, Bitunix, and that's pretty much it. So those are the ones I use the most. I think most people want to use multiple exchanges, but anyways, Kraken has a little bit more like meme coins and some other smaller coins. And I've never had my account frozen with Kraken. Both of these have, I guess I should talk about fiat on ramps. So, because that's very important. Both of these have good fiat on and off ramps. They allow you to basically take your money, put it on the exchange, and you can buy instantaneously with it. Some exchanges, you have to wait time for that money to clear. Sometimes it's days, and then you can finally purchase. These two you can do instantly. Now, I'm just ranking Kraken a little bit above Coinbase just because I've had less trouble. I've actually had no trouble with Kraken. I've bought and sold on Kraken. I've never had any trouble, never had my account locked. So I'm just going to put them slightly above on there, okay? Next one's BTCC. Now, I'm really torn on BTCC for a couple different reasons. BTCC has leverage trading. So out of all of these, only BTCC, Margex, Bitunix, and BYDFi have legal leverage trading in America. Margex is kind of questionable. I'll talk about that one later. But BTCC is really cool. This one actually has a bunch of stocks and stuff like that. So you can actually trade, like crypto mining stocks on BTCC. You can trade commodities, gold, silver. You can even trade like Apple and Microsoft and some other stocks. And you can also trade. I would give them a much higher rating if it wasn't for their mobile app. Their mobile app is really laggy. And also the size of your orders on BTCC is very large. Like you have to have $1,000 order. Now that's with leverage. So you could have $100 order that's 10x leverage, and that's $1,000, right? So your position size minimum is 1,000 on most assets. Some assets might be a little bit smaller, some might be a little bit higher, but that's the biggest negative for me on BTCC is the mobile app does not work very well. It's very slow, it's very laggy. Sometimes it takes 2 minutes to update. It logs you out constantly. You can't save your password. So it's just kind of like a little bit more cumbersome to deal with on your phone. I like trading on the computer, but I also like being able to access it quickly on my phone to kind of update orders, maybe close an order if something's happening I don't like, maybe open an order if the price goes down a lot. So my biggest complaint on BTCC is the minimum order size is very large, and the app on the phone is very laggy, hardly works. And even on the browser, like you're supposed to be able to like drag your orders up and down, which I really like on leverage exchanges, but it just doesn't always work. Now, I will say Coinbase and Kraken, they don't have any sort of visual trading where you can drag orders up and down. Now, I'll show you what I'm talking about when I say that. Like, you know, here on Bitunix, I can just take my stop loss, you know, and I can just move it just by dragging it really easily, right? So I think that's very useful, and I think it makes trading a lot easier. So I guess that's what I mean by that. Now, next one, Bitunix. They are by far my favorite exchange, hands down. If I had to choose one exchange to use for the rest of my life only, I would choose Bitunix because it has really good spot trading. So you have really good fees. The fees are very small. It has really good futures trading. And that's probably my favorite thing about it is the futures trading, right? So you can actually hold a bunch of spot on the exchange. You can future trade, and then it's lagging right now for some reason, of course, when I say how good they are. Anyways, the futures trading is amazing on Bitunix, and you can actually hold spot on the exchange, and you can basically trade against your spot, which makes it really hard to get liquidated because you could have like, you know, $100,000 a spot, and then you could trade very small positions, and you have basically no risk of liquidation. So big fan of Bitunix. They have everything I'm looking for. The mobile app is extremely fast and really nice to use. So I'm a huge fan of Bitunix. Again, if I had to pick anything to use for the rest of my life and it's the only thing I could use, I'd choose Bitunix for sure. Not much else to say about them. They are an amazing exchange. I love the futures trading, and you can put really small orders. Like if I want to put an order for like $5, I can do it. Like literally I can go to a new pair. If I want to do like, I'm pretty sure I can put like I'm on a 3x leverage. I'm pretty sure I can just put like a literal $5 order. Yeah, literally $5, right? So I think that's really nice. Look at now I have a $13 order. You know what I mean? So I don't know a lot of exchanges that let you do such a small order. So I think that's very great for beginners, especially, right? It just means that, you know, you could put $100 on Bitunix and you could start trading with it if you want to leverage trade. And you could also transfer $100 of Bitcoin, and then you could trade against that. So they have this mixed margin mode. I'm a huge fan of Bitunix. I think it's the best around. I think there's pretty much nothing better. Now, Crypto.com. I am really torn on Crypto.com. They have this really cool app, and you have like these little quests where you can level up and do all this stuff. I think it's amazing. I think it's really awesome, but the fees are horrendous. The fees are terrible. One time I opened a market order on one of these coins, and it bought me in 30% above the all-time high. And I was like, how did I even get here? And they have a spread on top of the order price, right? And then you're not even allowed to do limit orders. It's not a thing. They have these things called target orders, and they're not even available for everything. They only have an app. There is no browser trading or anything like that. There's no limit orders. There's not good things for stop losses. There's no leverage trading. The fees are really awful, and the spread is huge. The spread is basically like another version of fee. So the spread is the difference between a buy order and a sell order, and that spread goes to the exchange. These guys spend a lot of money on advertising, so that means they have to have crazy high fees. Crazy high fees. So they have a lot of good things going for them. It's easy to use. You know, they have some other cool things where they have these like trading competitions, and they have like just all sorts of cool quests and stuff in the app. So there's a lot of really cool stuff, but there's also a lot of really bad stuff. If you're a trader and you're you know, if you're like a brand new newbie and you just want to buy a little bit, they're totally fine. They have a lot of actually like low cap meme coins and stuff like that too. But just the fees are super high. The interface sucks. I tried to do my taxes and they, you know, didn't give me any sort of a 1099, even though it's KYC in America. And, you know, I don't know. Just, I haven't had any crazy problems with them. I just think the fees are super high and the interfaces are not very nice, and there's no leverage trading, right? So as I said, only BYDFi, Margex, Bitunix, and BTCC have leverage trading. Coinbase is adding it. It may or may not be active right now. But yeah, that's what's going on there now. BYDFi. This one is another good exchange. I'm going to put it right here in the B tier. I think BYDFi is pretty cool. I haven't spent a lot of time on it. It's very similar to BTCC and Bitunix. They're very similar. I'm going to put them kind of in the middle here as well, just because I do think the mobile app, you know what, maybe I'll put BYDFi up here. We'll leave it there for B. That's kind of, yeah, I'm really torn on this one. Maybe we'll just leave it there. So BYDFi, I haven't spent a lot of time. That's kind of a new partner of the exchange that I've been trying out lately. They seem to be very similar to BTC or even Bitunix. I think you can have a little bit smaller orders. They have some other cool stuff. I think I'm going to put them here. I think we're going to put them here. The only thing is because BTCC, they just have so many problems with the mobile app and even the interface on the regular app. I like the interface better on BYDFi, so I will put them at A tier. The next one, Margex. I got to put Margex in D tier for a couple reasons. First reason is Margex is kind of a gray area, right? The terms of service says that you cannot use it as American, but it is no KYC. And as far as I'm aware, I've never had them, you know, shut down my account because I'm trading from America. I don't use a VPN. I have traded on them for a while. Now, there has been some really bad things that have happened with Margex. There was some stuff with XRP a long time ago where they took a bunch of people's money. And I have noticed that some people, if they try to withdraw a large amount of money, meaning over $1,000, and you're like in America or in another country that is against their terms of service, sometimes they will take your money. When I mean that, they'll hold it up and they'll say, oh, you have to verify your identity. And then, of course, when you verify your identity, they're going to say, okay, well, you're not allowed to legally trade here, and they might take it. So if you are on Margex, you do want to remove it, do less than $1,000 at a time when you remove it. I've had decent experiences with them, but the fees are extremely high and the max leverage is 5x. I do not like max leverage of 5x. You know, on Bitunix and BTCC and all these, I can trade with 1x leverage. So I can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5x. Margex is minimum 5x. And for altcoins, that kind of makes it a bit more risky because 5x is kind of a lot of leverage for an altcoin, because altcoins are like trading with leverage already because of how volatile they are. So that's kind of my opinion on Margex. They've also been kind of harassing me on the YouTube channel, and they got my whole channel deleted, which I finally got back, and blah, blah, blah. So I got a lot against Margex, and they're technically against the TOS. So as an American, I would not risk trading on Margex. If you're from another country that it's legal, feel free. But there have been some issues with this exchange. If you go look at reviews, you'll see plenty of it. Gemini is another one. Gemini, I have nothing bad to say about Gemini. I use them a little bit to buy. So Gemini, Coinbase, and Kraken are the three big exchanges, I guess, and crypto.com, that are no leverage trading, but also have decent fiat on and off ramps. So Gemini, they did have some stuff back in the day. I don't even remember what happened. There were some lawsuits against them for some stuff, and you know, you'll see some negative reviews because of that. I don't have a lot of experience with Gemini, so I will just kind of leave them here in the middle. But yeah, that's what we got going on. So Bitunix is by far my favorite. My favorite exchanges are Bitunix, Kraken. I like BTCC if you want to trade stocks. And Coinbase is, there's a lot of pros, but there's also kind of some cons. Now, they're probably the most secure. I mean, they're so secure, sometimes you can't even pull your own money. But that leads to a little bit of unpredictability. You know, like I'm trying to close on a house right now, and they locked my account, so I couldn't take any of my money off the exchange. I think they did let me transfer crypto off, but I was not able to use any of the fiat services. And they blocked my tax service while I'm trying to do my taxes. I had to contact them and say, guys, you locked my account. I'm paying monthly for tax services and I can't use the tax services because my account's locked. And they had to go in there and unlock the tax portion so I could physically do my taxes this year. But yeah, that's what I think. Leave some comments below what you guys think. Now, I do have links below if you want to try out any of these exchanges. I have one for Coinbase. Bitunix is probably the one I use the most. I would recommend them probably the most. But I do have trading bonuses and stuff for all of these, especially for Bitunix, BYDFi, and BTCC. Those are the main leverage trading apps that I use. So I got links below. It gives you a nice big discount on all the fees on the exchange, and you get, you know, some deposit bonuses for using them the first time. So that's gonna be it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like, hit the subscribe button, and let me know what you guys think. Have you used any of these? Which ones would you? Which ones do you disagree with on my list here of how I ranked them? That's gonna be it for the video. Have a great day, everyone. See you guys.